Alright, what's going on guys? So today we are going to review the Vivo X70 Pro. So this phone is actually good for the telephoto camera, which means that you can actually shoot super crisp moon pictures. So it comes in this box right over here. It says X70 Pro, co-engineered with Zeiss. So basically once you open the box, you will get the phone itself. It says there, photography redefined. If you open it, you actually get paperwork, which comes with the SIM ejector tool, your casing, and below your casing you get actually your Type A to Type C cable and your 44-watt charger brick. And also this is the first phone that I review in a while that actually includes their earphones together with it, because I've never seen this for quite some time already. The last time I saw this phone was 4 years ago. They actually have this included together with the phone, so that's pretty good of them. So it has the silicone case over here. So just a typical silicone case where you can just put your phone in it. Protects the camera bump a bit. As you guys can see at the side, it protects a bit. There's a nice fit to it, but I wouldn't use casing on this phone because I like the feeling of it. It actually uses like this soft touch aluminum or glass at the back, and it's very nice feeling. You guys can just hear this. Wow. This is a nice feeling. I like it. It has a nice grip to it. There's a Vivo logo at the bottom left and has the camera module on the top left of the phone. So this comes in two colorways, Cosmic Black and Aurora Dawn. With me here, I got the Aurora Dawn. It has this nice gradient to it, which is like this green and purplish look. At the top, it says Professional Photography. This is definitely designed for all those photographers that is actually taking photography to the next level. Beside the professional photography, it actually has like infrared sensor. The television behind me right there, I can actually control it using this phone. I have the television turned on. There's an app inside this phone, which is called the Smart Remote. So you can just press Smart Remote. I actually already have the system inbuilt inside this phone for this television, so I can just press on the television name, and after that put it onto volume up or volume down. I currently have it on mute. I want to unmute the television, so I'm going to unmute now. So I can just press this button right over here, and now it's unmuted. I can pull up the volume up, and tada! That's how it works. I can actually do with multiple range of items. So for example, you can control every type of electronics on this phone. So for example, you can control your air conditioner, set-top box, television box, projector, fan, light bulb, air purifier, amplifier, DVD player, water heater, and also your camera. You can also control your light bulb, but provided that you actually have like a smart light bulb whereby you can actually control with an app. So yeah, if it's like the normal switch, it won't really work. I really like this feature. It's pretty nifty, if I would say, and it actually brings like convenience to me because this remote is not with me. I can actually just use my phone to turn on the television. You guys get what I mean? Curved design whereby it actually curves on the side, gives it like a nice, smooth, endless feel to it. Left side, you just have the antenna band, two antenna band. At the bottom, you actually have your speaker, your SIM card tray, and your USB Type-C, and also your mic at the bottom, and also your antenna band. And on the other side, you actually have your volume rocker and your power button, and also your antenna band at the side also. One thing I realized that this phone lacks. Other phones have stereo speakers, but this phone only have mono speakers, so you only have like one side speaker and doesn't have speaker at the top. I'm really bummed out. When I first hear this phone, I was like pretty... Maybe I'm just spoiled lah. Maybe I'm just spoiled. But having dual speakers is actually a nice feature, but on this phone, I really miss the dual speakers. Like on the stereo speakers, you can actually feel like audio wraps around you, but on this phone, it just feels like on your right side only because the speaker is on the right side. So I'm quite spoiled with that. I think so on the X80 now, they actually have like dual speakers. I hope so. It has the MediaTek Dimensity 1200. You can actually play pretty good games on this phone, but if you start to play like high-intensive GPU game or like high-intensive CPU games, when I play as Fortnite, it has a bit of lag. Not to the flagship standard like the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. On GeekBench, it has a single core score of 840 and a multi-core score of 2979. So it has a RAM of 12GB and a storage of 256GB. It's pretty smooth overall in this phone, and I did not experience any lag at all. So you can actually go to the settings and go to RAM and storage. After that, you can go to RAM. So if you have enough storage on your phone, you can actually use extended RAM. So which means that it uses 4GB of your storage to actually give it to RAM. A total RAM of 16GB. This phone has a battery capacity of 4500 mAh. This is slightly below average, but it still works. It gets me through the day. At the end of the day, I'm left with around 20% battery percentage. So it supports fast charging at 44 watts flash charge. You can actually charge this phone 0 to 100% around 1 hour plus. On the camera model, it says Zeiss and T Star. At the side here, it says Zeiss Vero Tessa. So I really like how they design on this. This is operating on the operating system of FunTouch OS 12 based on Android 11. It's definitely not stock Android. There's a 6.5-inch display with 90.3% screen-to-body ratio. This has a resolution of Full HD+. It is not LTPO, but it supports HDR10+. Let's talk about the fun part of this phone, which is the camera. So this phone is in collaboration with Zeiss. The lens says Zeiss. This is the IMX766V sensor. It's still developed by Sony, which means that the image will still be very good lah. This has Zeiss optics in it. There's actually a coating called the Zeiss coating, which means that if you're taking a picture and there's like a stray light or like a random light flare from the side, it won't actually disrupt the entire image. It reduces the amount of light flare onto the image. I'm going to simulate a light flare. Alright. It's a bit suspicious though. Oh, I can really tell the difference now. So for example, on the Oppo over here, I can tell that the image is pretty wiped out, while compared to the Vivo X70, the image is pretty sharp still, and you actually can see like the light flare at the bottom, but it retains most of the details on this phone and the image still stays sharp. So it's pretty cool, man. It takes very okay night images. Vivo is well known for their gimbal camera, so which means that you can actually get better quality images on this phone. So when you press the micro gimbal, you can actually see the gimbal inside the camera of the main camera actually moving. You can see that? It's pretty cool, man. It has a rear camera of 50 megapixel main camera and has the gimbal optical image stabilization. So which means that this actually gives us very stable images and also videos. And a 12 megapixel ultra wide. It has a 8 megapixel periscope telephoto, which is the camera right over here. This camera is responsible for taking nice images of the moon. And has a 12 megapixel telephoto lens. Pretty awesome, I would say, but they focus more on their periscope lens. So I would say that their periscope lens is pretty good, but only at 8 megapixels. I'm pretty bummed out with that, so I cannot really zoom inside the images. This is how it sounds like when you take a picture. It sounds pretty average. So let's try to take a photo on this phone. So it has a very nice image to it, and I really like how it looks like. So let's try on the ultra wide now. It has a pretty decent image to it. It's pretty crisp. You can see all my pimples on my face. So that's how sharp it is. Let's try the portrait mode on this phone. Alright, pretty awesome, I would say. And I also can adjust the bokeh as well. I can tap on wherever I want it to focus on, so I basically want to focus on my eye. And I can actually change their f-stop at the same time, so I can change it to f0.95, which is their lowest available f-stop. And you can go down all the way to f16. I would definitely put it to 0.95, so because it's the most bokeh-licious image I can get from this phone. It has a 32 megapixel selfie camera, so let's try taking a selfie on this phone. I would say that their rear-facing camera is much more sharper shot compared to the front-facing camera, but you still have an image that is pretty decent. But you cannot actually see my pimples like that well as compared to like on the real camera. But images-wise, it's quite decent, I would say. That day I actually went out in the middle of the night to actually shoot the moon. So this phone can actually shoot the moon up to 60 times zoom. So let me show you how it works. So basically, you go inside the camera app, then after that, go to the More tab. You will see the feature called SuperMoon. Just press on it and you can start taking pictures of the moon. So what I would recommend is that first put it to 10 times zoom so that you can actually locate where's the moon first. Then after that, you put it to the 60 times zoom to actually zoom up close to the moon. I would say like their night mode on this phone is pretty decent. As you guys can see at the top of the camera app, there's actually like a button to say Zeiss. Calibrate the images to how a Zeiss camera will look like. Optimizes the colors of your skin tone very well together with Zeiss technology. So it gives off like a natural look to it and a very nice smoothing feel to your skin. This also supports macro. Their macro is not really that near. I think you will see around 4 centimeters away from the surface. It also supports live photo like on the iPhone. So this phone also has eye autofocus, which means that focuses on your eye. It supports 4K 60 FPS on the H.265 file format, but it only supports 4K 60 FPS on the wide angle lens, but doesn't support 4K 60 FPS on the ultra wide. If you want to have the ultra wide angle lens, you must actually dumb down the quality to 1080p at 30 frames per second to actually have the ultra wide feature. I wouldn't do that because 1080p on a phone is not really that good, so you must actually shoot on the highest quality, which is the 4K 30 or 60 frames per second. That will be an ideal position for them to use it. On the front facing camera, it actually supports 1080p at 30 frames per second. I don't know why they still do that. I hope so in their next phone they actually shoot like 4K, and also has like a movie mode, so you can actually shoot wide screen on it to like a movie type of shoot. Right here you can actually shoot like widescreen format. I'm gonna try to vlog with this. So what's going on, guys? So how's the quality so far and how's the audio quality? I'm pretty sure that the quality of the audio is pretty well. This is how it looks like on this phone and this is how it looks like on the camera. So this is a side-by-side review. So how does it look like? Definitely the phone will be a lot more sharper because it's shooting on 4K, whereas on my camera it's shooting on 1080p. The video feature also supports portrait videos. So that's how it looks like. I want to actually try out their stabilization on this phone, so let's try it out outside.
I would say that their stabilization is very good. It doesn't have like that digital stabilization look, which is like this unpleasant camera shake in the highlights.
There's also a lot of portrait mode styles. So you have a lot of Zeiss style to it. You have Bio Star and all of the other style with it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the phone. So Vivo actually sent me this. So thank you so much Vivo for sending this over for me to review this unit out. In my next video, I think I'm going to review the Vivo X80 Pro, which is their newest lineup of their flagship phones. So yeah, comment down below if you want me to review the X80 Pro. And you guys can actually get this phone in the description box down below. So yeah, that is it for this video, guys. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And you guys can support me using that link in the description box down below. And until then, I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.